Quick update on the Project Smart Car's failed its MOT. What have we got on this one? So we've got a tyre tread. There we go at the top. There you go, get it in focus. So tyre tread. So we've got to change one front tyre. So we've got one of those on order. And then windscreen washer provides insufficient water. And then the Lambda sensor reading's wrong. So we're going to have a look at that. And minor exhaust leak. Okay, which I think is linked to the Lambda sensor. Anyway, let's have a look. That's enough paperwork. Let's have a look at the car. So, right, so the washer pump, we've tracked so we've taken the front off the car. It just sort of unclips, and we'll do a video, and I'll put the link there when I've done it. Remind me if I don't, of how to take the front end off your Smart Fortwo W450. It's pretty easy. It's not that bad. Right, and then when you've got it off, you've got access here, and this here is the washer pump. So when the new one comes, I'll do a video, and I'll put that video there of how to change your washer pump. It's quite clever. It's got some tricky. It's got an output to the rear washer and an output to the... And I've cleared the nozzles. I've put a little staple in there and cleaned it, and it just hasn't got its mojo. So for £6.50 delivered off eBay, I've gone and treated the old girl to a new one. So we're going to do that. Right. What else have we got? Right, so let's go around the back. Now, I've taken the back off this morning. I come into work early because I'm not supposed to be playing with this, really. I'm supposed to be doing Range Rover stuff, but no one notices. So I've taken the back off, and the back, they're just dead flimsy, these panels. Look, they're just like little plastic panels, and they just got a few screws that hold them on, and they clip on. They're really quite clever the way they've got it sorted. And then that's the middle bit there that goes there. And that's why I bought this smart car. I wanted to see all the mad, crazy stuff they do, because I love things that are a bit different, a bit interesting. It'd be boring if everything was the same. Right, so Lambda sensors. So you've got two Lambda sensors, and Lambda sensors sense the amount of oxygen you've got in your exhaust. So this is the first one straight after the turbo. And then the exhaust gases come here. Now, the first part of this here, what I would have thought was an exhaust silencer, is actually a combo. So this bit up to here is a catalytic converter, and that bit from there on is an exhaust silencer, muffler, whatever you want to call it. And then here is the little exhaust outlet, which we need to make a bit more Larry, really. But for now, we're going to look at the Lambda sensors. So you can take off, there's a connector for the Lambda sensor up in here somewhere, and you can unclip them and take them apart. And they've got 4 wires, 2 wires are heating, and 2 wires are the oxygen content. Now, I think the problem is here that there's going to be too much oxygen in here, where we've got this crack here. Can you see this round here? So I'm going to weld this up, and I think, but while we're talking about Lambda sensors, I will put a little link there to a video I found. The guy's a genius, way better than me. He's done a YouTube video on how Lambda sensors work and how to check they're faulty, and I spent some time watching that last night. I have ordered, point to note, on the smart car, these 2 Lambda sensors are both the same. So I've ordered one anyway yesterday when I got the MOT failure. And I'll just order one, because if one's failed, I'll have one that was 25 quid delivered off eBay. And I may well need to change them yet. But my first bet is I'm just going to try and weld this up here. I guess I could have a look at doing a reading on here and seeing if I could work out. I mean, what wires have we got in there? I could try and probe these and see what voltage we've got out of it. Or I could just weld it up and take it back and see if it's good. I think I'll probably just weld it back and take it back and see if it's any good. What I might do while I got it all off is try and take the Lambda sensors out. I've put some WD-40, and when I weld this, it might even loosen this off, and put some grease on them. So if I do need to change them, I've got it all greased up and ready. So I'm just going to weld it, and when I weld it, I've got a little thing that stops you frying your battery somewhere. There it is. So I thought, I've got to find where the old battery is in this thing. And I managed to find it. My goodness me, they put everything in random places. Oh, it's a bit dark in here. But check this out. You've got to pull your carpet up in your footwell. And then in your footwell, look, you've got the battery. There's a little polystyrene container with your that goes in the footwell. And then hidden deep in the depths, look, a little PP3 battery. Not really, it's a 12-volt battery yet. So I'll put my clip on that and then I'll get welding up that Lambda sensor. So careful, because the brown cable is the earth and the black is the positive. But when you've connected it up okay on my thing, you get the little green light going there. So there we go, we're good to weld now. Okay, here goes, let's have a go at welding this. Right, I'll keep doing that, but you can see it's tricky because there's not a lot to weld to. So, it keeps blowing through, but I'll have another go and I'll come back and show you when I've done it a bit more. Right, so while I've welded that, it's not the prettiest job, so I'm not going to get in too close, but it's sufficient. And while that was hot, obviously that would have expanded the nut that holds the Lambda sensor in. So I took the opportunity to loosen the nut there, as you can see, which was actually a bit of luck. If you want to take the Lambda sensors off, if you look up under here, which you can't because there's hardly any light, you've got to see there that this clip actually, that sits in a little bucket there. I'll put my finger up, and you get the clip out. And then on the clip, you've got two little ears. I zoom in, if it focuses, there we go. There, and you've got to get a little screwdriver, and then lever those out. Let me see if I can grab someone to hold the camera for me, and I'll show you that. Right, Harry's helping me. So on here, you've got this little ear, right, and you've got to like get under that on one. But there's one. It's tricky because you've got one on that side, and you have got one on the other side. So let's have a look. Let's have a look. Wait, there you go. And that's how you disconnect it. It only goes back together. So one tip is you can actually get a ring spanner over there. So if you're worried you're going to strip you can put that over there and you can get, because grips all the way around then rather than the open-ended. So I've got both of those loose now. I did that one a minute ago. So that one's loose and we've got this one loose. Now this one, someone's put a cable tie around here. But again, if you could follow the lead up, it should be up under here. It is. And if you pull it out, there, it sits in a little clamp. If you zoom out a bit, Harry, I'll emulate it. The connector sits in a little clamp, so you have to like lift it out like that, and then when you put it back in, it sits in there, and then you can get this. I'll cut that cable tie, and you've got the same connector again with those little ears. You've got to sort of just gently get one up, and then try and get the other one up. That's it. Oh. It's a bit of a fiddle. There you go. So yeah, if I cut that cable tie there, then that's your two Lambda sensors out. They're both the same. You can swap them around and that. So I'll clean up this weld here, put a little bit of something over that, make it look professional. Right, and while I'm in here, tie that up the exhaust. I'm going to change the spark plug. So you've basically got these little mini spark plug leads that are in here, and I've used these pliers to get in there. On this one here, I pulled a bit hard, and I think I might have damaged the HT lead there. Got a bit of damage there. But what I found on the others is it's best to rotate them. So when you get your little pliers on them, and you want to be gripping not on the lead but on the rubber thing, and rotate them a bit first to loosen them, like so, and then pull them out. So you see I've got the three little HT leads out here. I'll give those a clean, and then we'll try and extract the spark plugs. So it's quite cool with the smart car. You can go into the motor factors and pretend you've got a big V6, because it's got 6 spark plugs, 2 spark plugs per cylinder. So there's the first 3. I think I can see the other 3 from the top. But while I got all this back bit off, I might as well swap those over now. Right, so there you go. I've whipped one spark plug out. It looks a bit messy. So look if it'll touch screen there. It's trying to focus, but not doing a very good job. So it's got these tricky sort of double point ones. It's looking a bit dirty on it. And to get it out, what I had to do was I loosened it, but I couldn't get it out, so I used the old magnetic tool. And then use that to pull on the end of the spark plug. So that's a good little tip if you've got one of these little magnetic things and loosen it. It didn't come out with the socket like it's supposed to. So I'll put the old extension lead in there. This one might come out. Let's have a look what this one looks like. I'm pretty sure it's got quite a long thread on it actually, if you look at it when they come out. Oh yeah, he's come out with the... But yeah, you see how long that thread is? It's longer than normal. But yeah, he's looking a bit dirty in there. Sorry, I can't focus. I'll try again. Yeah, he's looking a little bit dirty there. So we'll get the new ones in. Yep, so there's the new ones. They are looking much nicer. Yeah, get those all in. That should be easy enough. So yeah, just my luck. So I've gone to put in another spark plug. I've opened up the packet. And this is what came out of the packet. And he's totally... Look at that. I don't even know who was running that. So someone's put an old spark plug back in the packet. Because I've got one new one in there. There's the 3 old ones I've just taken out. Here's this one that's just come new in the packet. Look, all new in the packet. So now we get on to the motor factors and ask them what's going on. So I've got a bit of heat shrink sleeving as a temporary fix to go over this dodgy HT lead here that I've butchered with my skill and dexterity. I mean, you see how it says 3 to 1. So we get the heat gun on it and see how much that reduces. So it's not a perfect fix, but that'll cover most of it. I'll finish that off and then get the HT leads back on and start putting it back together. So there we go, that's my update for today finished. We got the exhaust fixed, welded, we've got 3 new spark plugs put in. We've got the front end ready for the washer pump. So next week we'll get the washer pump in, we'll get the tyres on, and we'll hopefully get that re-MOT'd, and we should hopefully have a smart car to start playing around with. And next week we've got to finish the sport as well. So Gary's back in next week. That's his baby. So we got some more stuff to do on the sport. And then we'll get the L405 back on the road. So we got lots to get on with. We got a few too many projects, but that's the fun of Christmas. Okay,